greatest
These
lesson
are kind of deep.
They're very deep.
Greatest lesson. Cheers.
Cheers.
To mothers and daughters.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's special guest for my wine chat is my mom, also known as Dovey. And we have a bunch of questions that you guys asked us on Instagram, so I have them in a cute little jar and we are going to draw them and start answering them together.
Okay.
Ready?
Well, no.
Oh.
I want to talk a little bit.
Oh, okay.
First, I want to say, okay, so I'm not drinking wine.
No.
I have a Bloody Mary, partly because I'm on keto, and this is keto friendly, and that's enough about that. Except
Okay.
that I love it, and it's really a good one. I just made it myself. And secondly, this is a thing that we do.
What?
She just told me that she did this with another person,
know,
which is not okay.
If this looks, I was like, this kind of looks like the same collab I did with the Midwest Mom because we were both in leopard pajamas sitting in front of a fireplace.
She's telling me this after I buy them, and I mean we had other pajamas.
She wanted to do matching pajamas, and I said that sounds great.
Because
and I
we
said
do that.
I want leopard because that's like all I wear.
Okay,
and I love leopard. And then she said the fire, so here we are.
Okay, but the thing, yeah, this was my idea. But the thing is, this is something we do. We buy twin pajamas.
We do buy matching pajamas.
When like she comes and stays with me for a week, we'll like get our pajamas on and stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of, we just wanted to bring our relationship to the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, I'll do one and then you do one.
Okay.
Need your mom's skincare routine. Her skin looks flawless.
I don't know what flawless means, but I don't really do that much. I use her, I am so bad. What's it called?
Senegence.
I use the moisturizer.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I use the scrub.
Mm-hmm. Your skin is really nice.
Thank you. But it's your makeup. Because one day...
Now this is a commercial.
No, it's not, because you asked and I'm answering.
Okay.
I'll tell you a couple more things. No, this just is suited for my skin for sure.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
I love their makeup.
Everything. Okay. But wait, I'm not done.
I'm sorry.
So skincare, the other thing, the bigger picture is, so I've never done anything much. You know, some people are just so royal. So loyal to a routine.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do things like surgical type, like, so I have about every 3 years, I don't even know what they call it, but they kind of like laser your face and it's kind of all burned and you sit there for like, I don't know, it's a 3-day recovery. So I do that. I'm scheduled to do it again in November.
I want to do that.
And it's just it's a very thorough resurfacing. And so that lasts a while. And the other thing, and that takes care
And you do really a lot of facials too.
at my age, that takes care of crepey skin and little wrinkles and the little lines.
If I had the money, I would do a lot more facials.
And the facials, so I have started doing those at my plastic surgeon's office as well, because she does, and I think you had one, where they literally scrape all
and it
the
was at the plastic surgeon.
cell.
I'm only going to go to the plastic surgeon.
So, yeah, it's
for
not
facials.
it is still relaxing.
Yeah.
And
then on me, they suck everything out.
They do that. They do that for me. So that's what I do. It's just that, and I really think it also has to do with your diet. I mean,
Lots of water, yeah.
I do drink a lot of water, and right now I'm on keto, and I think that really helps. Okay, that's it.
Your turn.
Okay.
Can you get it?
Yeah, like my hand was stuck. What would Dovey have picked for a name if you were a boy? I mean, I think it wouldn't have been.
I'm a boy.
It wouldn't have been Clyde. I'm pretty sure, since her brothers
That's a horse.
are B names, it probably would have been another B name. I don't remember. I'm sure we had something picked out, but the thing is, all I could think about was a girl.
Right. Because she didn't know what I was until I was born, and she had 2 boys already.
Yeah, and I did not want to get, like, I mean, if you've gone through this, I'm just being honest, you probably want that third one to be of the other sex, and So I didn't want to be disappointed halfway through my pregnancy. Even though I would have loved the little boy just as much as I love her, it's just that thing that you go through. So yeah, I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And
I almost feel like that too. If I got pregnant again, that maybe I wouldn't want to know the gender, just because like...
Yeah, you're in the same boat.
Yeah. Because like, and well, not even just that, but everyone's going to say like,
oh yeah, sorry.
Did
that's nice.
Did you want a girl?
So you think you're gonna have another?
Yeah, and I just like, that's like, I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, and then when the baby's already born, they can't say that.
I think this is very cool that she's got two almost the same year, months apart as mine. Mine were 17 months, my boys.
Yeah.
Yours are 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's close in age, and then. I think that's great because they're friends growing up. Hers are too little right now to be doing a whole lot together, but I really like that. I also like, and I didn't have a sister, so I wouldn't know what that's like. So for you guys that are in families with sisters, I'm not talking about that, but because she doesn't have a sister, that made us closer.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're best friends.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a long one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I need a drink for it.
Okay.
Maybe
you just sip away while I read this paragraph. I think it speaks volumes that your parents are still together and that you followed in the same footsteps. What advice would your mom give to someone who comes from a broken home? How to instill and show how important it is to show love and dedication to your spouse and children.
Okay. I don't even like that term, broken home. I mean, a lot of people somewhere in your family, people are gonna split up, and it just happens, or they're widowed or something at a young age. So it's just unfortunate, and I know it's a struggle. We're just lucky that didn't happen, but I think the biggest thing I think I could say is that you have to always look at your attitude yourself, because I was talking about this the other day. I had something going on personal, and my husband knew about it, and I'll just tell you. Where is it? I got this little lump, and so
It doesn't feel big right now.
Well, it's because I'm not eating.
Oh.
It gets bigger when I eat. But anyway, we don't know what it is, and I'd had a ultrasound and a CAT scan and an MRI, and so the MRI, I was waiting on the results, and we're worried that it might be cancer or something. And so the day that I thought I was going to find out, he just took off to go do stuff without me, and I just got mad. I felt like on a day like today, why aren't you thinking about me? I mean, I should have been not alone. And so I was and I've done this before. I have totally done this before. And what you're doing is you're putting expectations on somebody they don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but some men, maybe most men, just don't get it. They're not thinking it. And unless you tell them, hey, I need you beside me today, all day, they're not going to get it.
No.
And you can't just... You'll stir, and those are the things. It's kind of pride, and I think, and those are the things that'll start separating you. And I've gone too far in that in my life before, and we've had, a big fight. But what happened that day is I was walking at the landing by myself, shopping, because that helps, right?
That's what I do every time David golfs. So I just start shopping.
Yeah. And so I thought, I'm going to go somewhere and eat by myself, and then I'll just get madder. And so then I just thought, I should just text him. So I did. Yeah. And I said, hey, now I still said it so he knew that I wanted him. I said, do I have to eat lunch by myself today? And he didn't just text me back, which is another thing I would say to you. When you feel something happening, pick up the phone and call. Don't just text. But anyway, I texted, or he called me, and he goes, no, I don't want you to eat by yourself. Totally oblivious to the fact that I might have been upset with him. And he ended up meeting me, and we ate, and it was wonderful. So I just say, nip it in the bud, swallow your pride, and that is going to be the thing that saves it, because it's always little stuff, and it builds up.
Yeah. And our husbands are similar, though, where, like, if we do that, they will immediately, like, realize and call. So yeah, if you start texting back and forth, because if someone was the same personality as me that I was married to, it would be really hard because we would just go back and forth and get madder and madder.
Whereas, I think everybody does. Though.
Yeah. And David's just like, he just calls and then he's like...
Yeah, David's better than Bruce. Because if I would have kind of done that with, like, been meaner, like, back, like, what'd you do to... He would have been mean back.
See, David never...
David's not that way. You got a good one. Not that I do
no,
too.
Yeah, but no, he never, like, gets mad, which is...
know.
And sometimes I'm like, why don't you get mad?
Bruce does. So we have. Let me say this, too. We've had fights.
Yeah,
We've had fights. Have your fights. Get it worked out. Don't hold it in. Tell somebody what's bugging you. Tell them. And then as far as for your kids, we were talking about that.
Oh, yeah, to show your kids. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you saw us, that we danced. And I'm thinking, yeah, like a couple years ago, I don't even know. You just ran into us.
This one time, yes, David and I were walking on the landing. This was before we had kids. And we see this couple just like the music is going, the fountains are going. This couple is just like dancing like they just got married. And we walk up closer. I'm like, oh, that's my parents.
I think nothing of that. We did that yesterday. We were eating down at that rock quarry place you told us about. We were out on the balcony and there was a beautiful song and the weather was great and I just popped my arms around him and he goes with me and we dance.
That's so sweet. I don't think my husband would do that with me.
Show your love, kiss,
Yeah.
That's
and your kids will see that and they will pick up on that too and they'll know how a marriage should look. Okay, your turn.
Okay, this is fun.
Okay.
With Debbie. Oh, yeah. Debbie, whatever.
So yeah, I just wrote it as the people said it.
Would Debbie have wanted more kids and if you were a boy? Of course. I mean, nothing wrong with boys. I absolutely adore my boys. And I would have adored 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I think every woman, and I could be wrong because I just know me, but I would think every woman would like to have a girl because especially if you're a girly girl, you want to dress her up, you want to put bows in her hair and ruffles on her bottom, and you want to buy her dolls. And I mean, even just the other day, you had to buy something for your friend because her daughter, because the clothes were so darn cute.
The clothes are so cute. I'm like, at least I have friends that have girls and I can just buy stuff for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I totally would.
But if I had another boy, I would be done. Because
I don't think you can say that because you haven't had that happen yet.
But I would feel like just a princess, like the queen of the family.
Okay.
And I'd be fine with that. So.
I don't know. I mean, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. You're keeping your femininity, but I don't know. Maybe my mother-in-law was a tomboy. She could have been, but so she's the mother of 3 boys.
Yeah.
And she's not very girly. I mean, she does wear earrings and a pin.
I don't think it matters if you're kids.
Well, I don't know. I think, I don't know, that testosterone and all that.
Nope. I'll still wear my heels and everything at their baseball game.
Well, good. Good.
Okay, was your mom a stay-at-home mom?
Yes and no. So when I couldn't wait. I mean, let me just put it this way. My husband went to undergrad and I went to nursing school and we were done. Is that when we got married? Let me think. Yes. So then we got married. And he then had 4 more years of dental school. And I'm a nurse and I'm like, I'm getting antsy to have a baby. And I couldn't. I had to wait. So as soon as he took his boards and we didn't even know if he passed them, we tried. First time we tried, we got pregnant. And anyway, I couldn't stay home because he was just starting out and we needed medical insurance and I was the only one that had it. So I couldn't stay home. And then we didn't mean to get pregnant again so soon because if Brandon was 17 months, you take off the 9, that's 8 months. I got pregnant when Ben was 8 months.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Nursing. They say that you can't get, yes, you can. So, I'm totally, in retrospect now, I'm so glad it happened. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. People thought they were twins a lot of time, which I couldn't even understand. But I forgot my question. My question is what?
Oh, were you a stay-at-home mom?
So I didn't get to stay at home until Brandon was a year old. So, that's still early, but it was my deepest desire to do it. I would have done anything to do it. But then by the time I got pregnant with her, it was a whole different story. I was home the whole pregnancy. I never had to give her over to childcare ever. It was perfect, and I would have, I don't know what to tell you. If I could do it, I would do it. I don't like other people. My son, I don't know how he can remember this. My middle son, or child, I guess that he's this baby son.
Yeah.
He remembers the daycare. And he hated it. So I just, I've got nothing against it.
But I think things have changed now, because now I feel like you're making, like, people that work and send their kids to daycare, there's a lot of nice daycares, but he didn't.
But I'm just saying that. Yeah. This was my preference.
Yeah.
I think also, having gone back to work when you were started school.
Yeah, she did go back to work when I started school, and it was during my school hours at my school. So
I just didn't want to go home. I thought I might get depressed, so I just stayed there and volunteered until they gave me a job. But the point is, then I got a little obsessed with that job and wanting to. And so I, for my personality, I feel like if I was in a career thing, I might never have stayed home. Yeah. I just was desperate to be with babies.
That's why social media is really nice now, because a lot of women can stay home but still have that, like, passion, or even like MLMs, like all the companies that resell stuff, where they can be doing things and still have goals and passions and income, but then also be staying home with their kids.
I tried it all. Man, I tried
I guess MLMs aren't anything
I don't know
new.
What's MLM?
A multi-level networking.
Yeah, so I tried Avon. I tried Discovery Toys. I'm sure I tried something else. I even went to a Discovery Toy convention.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. I did stuff, but I never made any money at any of it. But my kids had great toys.
Right. Yeah. Okay, here you go.
It's my turn?
I think. Yeah. It's your turn.
You sure?
Yeah. I said it. Are you a stay?
Oh, okay.
Home mom. This fire is hot.
Favorite mother-daughter memory. Favorite mother-daughter memory. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got one?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
I'm thinking. Well, okay, yeah. Like,
let me hear.
Mine are just coming and staying with you around the holidays and watching cheesy Christmas movies and doing crosswords and just like having that, and then shopping.
But that's kind of what we do now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's a memory.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, I can tell you one of my favorites from when she was little.
Okay.
I thought she was the most beautiful child I ever saw. And I bought remember these sample dresses? I don't even know, can you still get sample dresses?
I don't know.
And I'd dress her up, and I'd like take these pictures of her smelling flowers, or I'd put the hose up over her so it looked like she was raining, and I asked her to, put her time. She did it all.
And the funny thing is, there wasn't even like Instagram or Facebook then, so you were just like, what were you doing with these pictures?
I don't know.
On a camera, you had to go and develop them at a place.
And I did, and we still have the pictures. So
put them in a frame.
Love those. So that was little girl ones, and I think I really loved helping you plan your wedding. That was one of my favorite mother-daughter memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, if you're a daughter and you've got a mother and especially if you're not married yet, that's a real bonding thing. I think it could be. Maybe it isn't for everybody, but I thought it was fun. And she was super creative. I don't know what was around. You say Pinterest wasn't around?
It wasn't. Mm-mm.
So where'd you get the idea for those?
I Google imaged everything. Well, I made the idea in my head.
The limes and the lemons?
Yes.
Oh, I thought, okay.
But yeah, I Google imaged things and made a collage board.
Okay, it was so beautiful. And
Like,
at first I'm questioning
There wasn't
her.
Pinterest, so I had to
She's like,
actually.
I'm gonna get these big vases, and they're gonna have limes and lemons in them. I'm thinking this is a wedding, and you're putting fruit in your what? And I mean the colors, the tangerine and the lime, everything was.
I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, thinking back, I'm like, who was I? Like, this time around, I would do totally different. I would have done a slim fit mermaid dress. I would have done like rose gold and diamonds, and it would have been totally different.
I think you still have one of my favorite weddings.
Okay,
ever.
well, I
your
just
dress. Oh my!
I mean, I was 20 years old.
Yeah, well, it was good.
I didn't know what I was doing. I guess. Okay. Have you always been so close? There's 3 parts.
Oh goodness.
What was the hardest season you went through? How did you grow from it?
Have we always been this close? No.
No.
Of course not. I mean, first of all, I think you're always going to be closer when you're adults, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a good relationship.
Right.
Because how can you be that close when you're little kids? I mean, of course, it's a mommy-daughter. Yes.
Yeah.
You want your mom.
Yeah, you can't really be like friend.
But
I will say, though, there were friends of mine that I had growing up where they were really close with their mom. And, like, they would say...
Are you talking about the one that you practically moved in with?
Yes, she was really close with her mom.
Like, she was the only child, and that's why.
Yeah, like, she would say that her mom was her best friend. And to me, at age 10, I'm like, what?
I don't even think that's normal. It shouldn't be. How can she be? I mean, you can't share the same interests.
But I want Cal to be my best friend when he's 10. But I won't be his.
No, his brother will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we weren't. And then, what was it? Then a problem? What was that? Where's that second part?
What was the hardest season you went through?
Well, I think it's probably the same for most parents. It's teenagers, rebellious time.
Yeah.
And while you weren't that rebellious, you know, we have a few memories.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're just gone. Did we grow from it?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, you have to learn to just forget that stuff because you're coming from two different places. That's her time she was like trying to figure out who she is as an emerging adult and not wanting parenting, and I'm in that spot where I'm trying to protect this child because she's at that age where she can get into this and that and this and that.
At the time, I really did not like you.
Really?
Yes, because she took me out of high school, public high school.
Oh, that time.
To be homeschooled. Because, I mean, you're in public high school. There's so many things. And looking back, I could have been such a bad kid if I had stayed. Just because there's so many bad influences.
And she had a bad influence as her best friend, which is
Yeah,
why I took her out.
There's just a lot of bad influences in high school. So she had pulled me out after my sophomore year. And I... just really did not like my mom at that time because I was so angry at her for doing that to me. But then my senior year of high school, I went through community college, and I mean I was still rebellious.
It's called dual enrollment.
Yeah,
you got to be both.
But by the time I went to regular college, I already had credits. I felt so much more like I had already jumped into adulthood, and everything was so good for me that you did. And at the time, I hated it.
Well, and that's just called tough love. You have to be willing to have your kids not like you, to do what you think is best for them. And maybe you're wrong, but you don't get a book with your kids.
Yeah.
And so you do the best you can.
But it was the right decision.
Yeah, if you love them, they may hate you right now, and it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have gotten so rebellious that she left home and ran away. I don't know, but...
Yeah.
I think also overall, I mean, we were church going.
Okay, sorry guys. We were talking so much that my memory card filled up, but I got another one. So,
what was her greatest lesson learned as a mom and wife? Oh, mine?
You, yeah.
As a mom and a wife. as a mom, greatest lesson. I don't know. That's a hard thing. I mean, I do want to say, she's not my only child. And so when I had my boys, I was working, so I was super stressed. And I was depressed. I mean, I actually had depression and was on medication. And so I just wasn't a good mom. I had a little patience, short temper. I screamed and yelled a lot. They got in trouble at school, which made it harder on me. I took that on me as though I was a bad mom, because the people across the street's kids went to the same school and they weren't getting notes every day and this and that. So that was hard. And by the time Clarissa came, I was much better. I don't know if I was completely cured or anything. I mean, there's a whole nother story that maybe we'll get into depending. But anyway, I just had much more patience by the time she was here, because I wasn't dealing with, having to balance work and home and all of it. So that helped. But as far as the boys went, it affected our relationship. And it definitely later on in life, I mean, I had at least one of the boys I had a conversation with, and, he really has a good memory, and I had to apologize for some of my parenting. And, again, I said this before, they don't come with books, but we went and bought books. We were really in that middle road of where people were like, should you spank your kids or should you negotiate with them?
Yeah.
Well, my second child would have preferred the negotiation, because he felt like he had to see a correlation between a punishment and what he did.
Yeah.
And a spanking isn't it. So anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell. That would be, I'm sorry, what was my greatest? This is so hard.
I know,
these
the greatest lesson
are kind of deep.
They're very deep.
Greatest lesson learned as a mom. I mean, I just feel like, I just watched your...
oh, you did watch it?
Yeah, and that was good. She just had a wine... Was that a wine chat?
Yeah, that was a wine chat.
Last week's wine chat on how to just not let it be about yourself and let your child be a child. And, I mean, it is hard because you're going to have more of those days.
Yeah, and I know, like, since then, I've had still hard days, but then I just try to remember all the things that I learned recently, and it's just, like, changes your
I didn't
mindset.
have anybody to help me with that,
Yeah.
My parents spanked, Bruce's parents spanked. There was no negotiation. You didn't get the chance to sit there and go, no, 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 because after the first no, your little bottom was swat and you shut up. I got hit with the belt from my dad. My mom would do this. She didn't hit me very much. She would wait till your father gets home and slap, slap, slap. And so that was hard. And I did that to my boys. I don't think I ever did that to you.
No.
She was never in trouble.
And I don't even know if, like, I don't think people can do that anymore.
They probably can't. But you know what? It was,
I don't think they can use a belt.
55 years ago.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Okay. Wait. We got to do a wife.
As a wife.
Yeah. What is my greatest lesson learned as a wife? My greatest lesson as a wife? I don't know. I mean, I fell in love with my husband at first sight. So, I mean, I did. And he was looking...
When she was, what, 15?
I was 15, and he had seen me already in the cafeteria, and he had sent some guy over to ask if I'd go to the homecoming dance with him. He didn't even ask me. What is that? Asking somebody else who knew me. That was the thing. And this is the funny part. The guy goes, would you go to homecoming with me? And I'm like, what? No. So what a friend he was to Bruce. But
anyway, he asked for
he
his
first. Yeah. And he goes, okay, well, if you're not going to go with me, this guy over here. I looked over at him, and honest to goodness, I saw his blue eyes. I don't know how I
heard the church bells and the birds.
No, let me finish my story. It's so real. It's like it happened yesterday. And I don't know how I could have seen his eyes that far away. And I saw his eyes, and I literally looked to see where's the line of girls waiting to see him. I'm not kidding. I fell head over heels. And he'd already chosen me. So that's no lesson. Hang on to the love of your life. That's what I guess I could say. I mean,
yeah.
You know. Don't let him go. Do whatever you can. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that goes as far as into marriage too. Like, just because you're married doesn't mean you can't still try and,
We were just saying that tonight.
Be pretty and go out.
I said that to him. I said tonight. Well, I don't have it on, but so I said, you're so lucky that I care enough to be pretty for you still. Because, guys, I'm 62, and I'm just saying a lot. And I'm not saying, this sounds really arrogant, I guess, and prideful. But I'm just saying I have to work at it. And I choose to work at it. Here's how I said it to him. I said, you're lucky that I'm vain enough to want to stay pretty for you, because a lot of people just, you get, like, I'm going to say, be honest, every 10 years, another 10 pounds. This is for me. I really think it's important to try and keep youthful and young at heart, but really take care of yourself physically for your spouse. And he should do the same for you.
Right, definitely.
Because I said to him, I'm so glad you got a full head of hair. I mean, he really does. I don't know. I mean, I would have adapted. I know I would have. But he's got a lot of good hair. And my husband's never been obese. But he does have to work a little bit.
But he works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, does that good?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have a drink.
You earned it.